I'll do with you.
You can't go with us.
What?
It's our anniversary. Distracting him with tractors. Hopefully that'll work. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. We'll be back. Happy day. An especially happy day. We've been married 23 years. Annie is here. She's gonna give us a day. Sauna house, downtown Asheville. A fancy dinner. Hopefully we can get out of here.
Then he goes, looks at the tractors, and he goes, Mama!
So is he still screaming mama or what?
No, he stopped screaming right as I was
Okay,
walking out the
all
door.
right. Tell him if it weren't for this marriage, he wouldn't be here.
I know, right?
We're on the way there, and I thought, why not share this with you guys and get questions from you? We have questions. How long has it been since we did a Q&A?
It's been a very long time.
It's been a minute.
Candy's Life 160. What made you both decide to take such an epic adventure together, and what will you be doing for the next 23 years? You know, it's funny because we were so young. We were 16 and 17 when we started
16.
dating.
Met in a youth group.
We had no idea what adventure we were getting
What
into.
took us on this food adventure, if you're talking about this epic adventure.
Or like YouTube or homesteading. Homesteading
Or,
was my idea.
You know, even mountain boarding. You know, even before that, it's like,
Yeah.
so I've been an entrepreneur, and that's led us down to do all kinds of different crazy things. And you've always been super supportive and just a good sport,
And
and
down
just
for
go
whatever.
along and just support and go along. And
Yeah.
you know, it did happen that the food growing journey, you had caught on to the food system not being so good for us.
I will say this, like, we have friends that like still doing the same thing they've always done.
Yeah.
And they're like, you guys have lived like 5 or 6 lives. Like,
I think
'cause
that's
you guys
the
have had
entrepreneurial
so many
spirit.
different adventures. And you know, I think that's just maybe who we are. We have always swam against the current.
We've always been weirdos.
We've always been different. By the time we got to like the Great American Farm Tour, people were just like, ah, they'll be fine.
Where are we going to be in 23 years? So
23 years.
We'll be 68. We'll be almost 70.
Wow. Well, we're gonna still,
So
hopefully, still be living on our farm.
Joel's there. I see ourselves a lot like Joel. So
I felt
which
we're
we'll be
going
more
to-
writing, more traveling,
Yeah.
speaking.
Spending a lot of time with the grandkids and our children.
Mhm.
Hopefully, still growing food.
Mentoring
Very
others
active.
who were like us
Yep.
when we were young.
Very active.
Shifting to supporting our children's dreams.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to, I don't know how to say this.
Come on, people. Get some normal handles. Put your name in there.
Fiiaberg.
Just try.
Lund. Fiberglund.
Okay, there you go.
How did you meet? Is the question. Well,
I was part of a youth group
Okay.
in Hendersonville, and I was showed up early one Wednesday night. They had gatherings on Wednesday nights.
And I had just moved to North Carolina
Yeah.
from Florida with my family, and I was 16. And so my parents were encouraging me to get involved and find friends. And so I was going to our churches, the church that my parents were attending, to their Wednesday night youth group. And so I remember very vividly parking my car and walking down the street and then around the building to where the youth group was.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there.
I'd been sitting there. I was not about to talk to a new girl that I did not know.
And I walked right up
Contrary to popular belief, I am introverted. So I just wouldn't have done that.
And I'm
Thankfully, she
extroverted.
walked it up to me.
And I walked right up to him, and he was like just waiting there. So
We've been friends ever since.
yeah, and he was just sitting there, and obviously he was a teenager. So I said, hey, and he said, hey, and we started talking.
Austin, you got to play that old clip. We actually went
Oh, yeah.
and told that story before on the vlog. I arrived to the church a bit early, and I sat down and just waited in kind of a defeat. I happened to look over to my right, and I happened to see the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life come around that corner. And she began to walk towards me. Great American Farm Tour number 2. Hey, I got your Great American Farm Tour bus for our 10-year anniversary coming up.
Really funny.
3 years. In 3 years, it'll be 10 years.
We could be free together.
Alright.
Oh, there's water in here too.
Yay. This is the second time we've been here. This place is awesome. You guys want a tour? Ultra lights, we will not be doing those today. Cold plunge. We'll be going back and forth from cold to hot. At least I will. You gonna do cold to hot?
I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
It feels so good. It's miserable for that first 30 seconds. But after the sessions are over, it's so nice. What is this?
It's like a clock.
Oh, cool. Let's do that. Ooh, 183. American country life with kids. How long before you had kids? That's pretty easy.
It was 5.5 years.
I guess we could say, was that a good idea, bad idea, on purpose? It was on purpose-ish.
Yeah,
We had tried getting pregnant early on, and
well, it was. We tried to get pregnant for about 18 months before we had Jonah. So we did purposely wait like 4 years.
and we had a blast,
We did.
actually.
I wish though sometimes that we could have had more kids.
Yeah, we could have had some more before Jonah. Could have had some more between Gideon and Henry.
I enjoy the kids so much that's why I say that.
Yeah.
We could have dreams together.
I'll let you answer this one from the same person. What was the wedding like?
What was the wedding like? It was like your typical Southern Baptist early
Well, you gotta
2000s
explain that,
wedding.
in case people don't know
So it's like 2 o'clock on a Saturday. We had a reception of
The fellowship hall.
in the
it's called,
fellowship
big
hall
building.
with like ice cream. We had ice cream sundaes for
Very
the
formal.
for the food.
We had a harp at the wedding.
Yeah, it was very formal. I think if I had to do it over again, I would do so. I would do
Your
things differently.
childhood pastor married us.
Yes, he married us. That's true.
Drove all the way up from Florida for this, for a promise he made.
George Thomason.
You were a little girl.
When he left our church to go pastor somewhere else, he actually went to the North American Mission Board to serve on staff there. And when he did, I went up to him at the end of that service and I said, "Will you come and marry me when I get married?" And he said yes. So he came. He fulfilled. He did that to many of my friends that were in that church because we just loved them, and we're still friends with their family today. We love them.
And you seem so free.
DC's asking, what does it take to last 23 years? 2 words. I'm sorry.
No, walking in each other's forgiveness is what.
That's a much nicer way to put it, isn't it?
Walking in each other's forgiveness, so that because we make mistakes.
Hash it out.
Lots of
You know,
communication, lots of talking.
My parents didn't communicate, and then they split up.
Right, and my parents will be celebrating 52
And your
years
parents
of marriage next
Communicate and bicker, and it's great.
Get it out, and they
Yep.
they say what they need to say.
And they've lasted 50 years?
52.
Okay. Get it all out there and apologize.
But also know who you're marrying.
I guess.
Well, we
I
were
don't agree
so
with that
young. No, I do think. Okay,
Because
wait.
who we married are not who we are today.
Yes, but I'm saying like marry a person that you can work with.
Oh, perhaps similar backgrounds.
I think the walking in each other's forgiveness is.
That's not even our advice. That's
it's
our
not.
mentor's advice.
That's
who'd been
somebody
married
that was a mentor.
till he became a widow.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Alright.
I don't even. They were married a pretty long time. So
That was good. We haven't sauna in a long time.
we have.
Just think, we're gonna have that in our house.
I know. I'm very excited about that.
Both these, hot and cold. Gotta rinse off. Then we're going in the cold plunge. I'm gonna be a little rusty at this.
It's cold. It's cold, ain't it?
Yeah. Do they keep it?
I think it was like 34 last time we were here, which I think is crazy. We're not gonna keep ours at that for sure.
Want to slow down time? Just getting a cold plunge. Hey, you look nice.
Oh, thanks.
How do I look?
You look nice
All right.
in your dress clothes, slash everyday clothes.
Yeah. These are clean clothes.
And you, I saw who I could be.
So how refreshing was that?
Oh, so refreshing.
3 sauna sessions, 4 sauna sessions, 3 cold plunge sessions.
Yeah.
Feel rested?
Yeah.
Hungry?
I do. I'm ready for a dinner.
Downtown.
Somebody's got to feel safe.
Here's one on marriage, babe.
Oh, good.
Marriage is just like sitting in a bathtub. Once you get used to it, it ain't so hot. If you're talking about the secret to a happy marriage, you might say life is simpler when you plow around the stumps. Plow around the stumps. Derek's wanted to know what factors came into play when we decided to have children. Wouldn't say anybody's ever ready.
No. I mean, honestly, it was kind of like I was getting older and I really wanted more than just a couple kids. And so I was like...
How old were you when we started having children?
25, I think, when we started trying.
Yeah. It's nice in downtown today, isn't it?
It is.
It's nice and warm, but not too warm.
It's not too bad.
Calm. Urban American homestead. How did I ask the beautiful one on a date? I don't know if I remember asking you on our first date. You might remember that, but when I first asked you out, we were on that youth group. We were on the youth group at Snowbird Mountain in Boone, North Carolina. We were skiing.
Yep.
Well, we were snowboarding. And we were on the chairlift.
Yep.
And I got up the guts and I said, what did I say?
I said, do you want to go out sometime?
The pedaling bar. Do you want to go out sometimes? That's what I ended up saying.
I think that's what you
Wait.
said.
No, that was the first time
Oh,
I
okay.
tried to ask you out. And you were like, sure. And I thought we were dating after that question, but we weren't. So later, January, I said, do you want to go out?
go out? And I said, yeah.
You can't add some time on the end
It's
of it.
so funny because we had been asked earlier if we were dating. And I was like, no, because we're such good friends. We don't want to ruin it.
That's
Because
funny.
we were afraid. I guess I was afraid that then we would break
So
up.
I asked
but we
you out
just
on the ski
never
lift.
did.
We said every January 23rd was when we got started dating.
Yeah.
We said we're going to go to that ski lift every January 23rd. And we've been doing it ever since. Kids or no kids.
We're thinking about going back this year. We did talk about
Maybe
that.
we should go around the dating
I think
anniversary.
we should. I was thinking that we could. We could go like Tuesday to Friday.
Nancy Taylor says, what has been the most trying time in our relationship? You just said it'd be interesting to see what I would say. I'm going to be interested to see what you say.
I think it was when we first had kids.
I was going to say that.
That was the hardest
Jonah,
time.
year one.
It was very hard.
Because we had been a while without having kids.
Yeah.
And then you add that kid, it's about each other. And then you add that kid and it's all about them.
Yeah.
You're so stressed out because it's your first kid and you think they're going to die.
And you don't know what you're really doing.
Broke our selfish
Jonah.
bubble more than marriage.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, that's what kids do.
just trying to figure out something difficult together.
And where, as the mom, I'm caring for the child, but then also I need to still have this relationship.
Yeah, and then I lose you.
And then
I don't get all the attention.
Yeah. So
It's tough.
I was gonna say
First
that
kid.
was definitely the hardest.
It almost would have been
season
better
of
to
life.
just start having kids right away, huh?
Yeah, because then you're not because we were in our own.
If I had to do it again,
Dare
or
I
if
say
I was
selfish.
to encourage or hope for our children, I guess looking back, I would hope and be excited for them if they got married and then had kids pretty soon after.
Well, I think still it's wise probably to wait a little bit, just because you have to figure out marriage. I wouldn't want to figure out marriage and be pregnant at the same time.
I see.
Because there's so many hormones and stuff. So I feel like waiting a little bit in there and getting married and then figuring out marriage somewhat, because that's a learning curve, and then you have a baby. So I guess don't get too comfortable in marriage.
We could be free together. Just say
Cheers. Green tomatoes, breads. I got the steak. I got the chicken. This chicken is very juicy. How do they get it that juicy? And they cooked yours well. Medium rare. Nice. For dessert, what is that?
It's the key lime trifle.
Yeah. Of course, I got the chocolate. Okay, are you well satisfied? Well fed?
Oh
well
gosh,
rested?
yes. I'm ready. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm so rested.
Yeah.
It was
Annie,
good.
just go ahead and put the kids to bed. We'll see him in the morning. And we are back with one more question. We're going to where the answer to this question was, and that is...
Come back. You can't see it.
Is it sticky?
No.
Or is it smooth?
Is it sticky?
No.
Hispanic there.
What is the
floors are done. It's nice and shiny. We have to cover it tomorrow. The Urban American Homestead wanted to know where I proposed. And the reason I bring you over here is because I proposed about right there. I mean, this was just a shell.
Yeah.
This was just framed. And I knew I wanted to live in this barn when I got married. And so
Yep.
I cooked you a meal. We started a fire even though it was in June.
It was May 8th.
May.
I remember.
And you're like, why are we making a fire?
I know, he kept saying, we should make a fire. And I was like, why? It's so hot.
And then I got down on my knees and said, will you marry me?
And I said, yes.
I wish we could walk on that floor because
Totally can.
23 years ago,
Come on, do it.
this is what happened 23 years ago. I still got it.
Walk me through the door. Wow.
This is a legacy house, y'all. It's where this family began.
It is.
Every day, Rebecca, you get closer and closer to matching the spirit of that legacy.
That's right.
Be a lot of family community happening in here.
A lot of family gatherings.
Yeah, a lot more beginnings in here, a lot more ends. Hosting weddings, hosting funerals.
We went and bought this floor.
Yeah, you and I went to now we got stories, don't we? Went to Tennessee in one day. And remember when we got this wood off the land with the horse logging, that walnut too.
You know who got that stuff, right?
The poplar trim.
Yeah.
But we helped him.
Andrew got it when we cleared the acre. All of that wood that
Oh.
walked out. Everyone had a good story though.
No, that's a good story too.
Well, we got some of it out with the loggers, so a lot of the walnut.
That was a successful day
It was.
on our golden anniversary, meaning 23 years
on the
on the 23rd of the month. Happy day.